The other business is our drive, our backup drive from our crashed hard drive. The replacement finally arrived. It took about a couple days to go from California to Shenzhen, China, and then a couple weeks to get from Shenzhen, China through customs to my front door, whereas usually stuff shipped from Shenzhen that's not from overseas can come in like 1 or 2 days. So it was like, I was getting nervous because then our cloud storage was like, after this amount of time, if this data is not represented on your home computer, we're gonna delete it from our cloud backup. So like if the drive didn't come, that data was in danger of just getting totally deleted. But it came just in time. We set it up. I actually reorganized the whole external hard drive setup because now we have 4. We're moving towards a JBOD RAID array is my is my dream. And JBOD, I love it, stands for just a bunch of drives.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but yeah, eventually I would like to get a RAID system set up, which is, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, it's technical and boring, but
it sounds awesome. JBOD, right?
Yeah, JBOD RAID. But for right now, we're setting up the archive library that we have talked about in the past. And the big first step was to like put everything in the right place to empty off a drive. The actual file transfer has taken since Monday about 6 or 7 days and it's still not done, but it might be done tonight. So it's kind of a monumental undertaking.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go through folder by folder and make sure everything is categorized and archived in a way that's sustainable for our long-term retrieval needs.
Yeah, being able to like work, as I think in our last episode we were talking about being able to, or maybe the last 2, of being able to work while we're doing this. It's such a big process that...
So we've kind of slowed down production a little bit because we don't want to add to the chaos. We want.
But because we were so well prepared, we haven't slowed out our output.
Yeah, we've slowed, not stopped.
Yeah.
Production. And output has not ceased at all.
Yeah, you wouldn't notice we're still putting out 2 videos a day, and I still have 100 videos to put out. And I still have stuff that is in production, but we just haven't actually gone out and started filming new segments or stuff.
Right.
But
although as of...
We'll start. We got plans.
As of this week, we've started gathering more footage, but we're not actively...
And ideas too. A lot of planning stuff in stage, which is nice because while we're sitting here waiting for the computer to transfer, it's like waiting for the moving guys to get all the trucks unloaded and loaded. We're sitting around still putting out.
If you have 5 million boxes.
And we're still going to work. We're still putting out the stuff, but that kind of means we're sitting at coffee houses planning our next creative
there's a lot of development and planning going on.
It's nice to be able to, I mean, we could sit here, if we weren't ahead of the game before, we could be sitting here just panicking the whole time, being like, we're not putting out anything new, we're not thinking of anything new, and we're just waiting for files to transfer. It would be really upsetting. Yeah,
and my work situation now is such, I've freaked out the first week because I don't like change. This week, the babies were much more calm and they weren't mostly weren't crying the whole time. There was a lot less crying, still a lot of crying, but I felt a lot better about like doing that and then coming home and working on our stuff because it's also, the hours are such that I have 3 afternoons off a week, and I just found out as a surprise this week I will also have 1 morning off a week, which is really great. You gotta find the right day job. But so there's plenty of time to like once we're organized and ready to start generating new projects, we have plenty of time in which to execute them, which is exciting.
And like we said, with the weather is changing, things are cooling down, and we're getting around town more. It's neat to actually have something that could be such a detriment of your computer's busted.
Yeah.
But we're so well prepared for it that it's actually become like an incubator for creation.
Yeah, and kicked us into, we should have been, you know, if you have a lot of files, you should have a proper archive system. So that, otherwise you just have a bunch of files and for nothing, it might as well be trash because you're never going to find anything again. So now, actually going through file by file, it's going to be a big job, but like organizing it into a sustainable, accessible file system will keep us like light on our toes for the rest of our days. Until we get lazy and stop filing stuff properly. But
or
we won't
hire somebody.
Yeah.
Our
The
archivist.
workflow includes packing up and archiving all files before a project is done. That's our mantra.
Yeah.
It's a long mantra.
It's not a t-shirt or anything. We'll be
Yeah.
putting that on Patreon.
But yeah, I'm all about it.